Wherever in the country you may live, from California to Nebraska to Georgia to points in between, the cyber risk and the national security risk to our farms, our ranches, our food processing facilities is growing exponentially. The threats are evolving, they're becoming more complex, more severe. There's a couple threats we're very focused on. Number one is the halting of business operations due to criminal ransomware attacks. We've seen this happen before, that's something we're very focused on. Number two is the theft of our data, our innovation, our technology by foreign adversaries, and namely the People's Republic of China, who've publicly announced their ambition to grow in the agricultural sector. And the way they've done this in every other sector is by stealing our American innovation and our technology and our data.
Just in Nebraska, the economy is about almost $30 billion from just sales right off the farm, $100 billion when you put it all together. But the Midwest is the fifth largest economy in the world, and of which agriculture is a pretty big part of that. And so when you think about that, a disruption just to the Midwest would be significant, but also the disruption isn't only to myself as a farmer out there in the field, the disruption is to our communities. And so we're not only protecting agriculture, we're protecting our rural communities, and these kind of conversations will help us do that better.
You know, if you're a Farm Bureau leader, you can go back home to your own county and your own area of the state and try to share this information and get people the connections to the areas where they can go research it and find out what they can do on their individual farm. But I just think it's important because it's one of those issues that faces American agriculture and our culture, and it's one of those issues that we're not really talking enough about.
There are steps people can take on the ground level. One is just basic cyber hygiene, having multi-factor authentication for any kind of system. We all know now that in agriculture today, almost all of our data is stored in the cloud, almost all of our complex farm machinery is connected to the internet, connected to the cloud. So protecting that control, protecting that data is critical. And the way you do that is basic cyber hygiene, multi-factor authentication, air gap backups of your most critical data, and many other things which you can find on our website. Two is awareness. You know, we have seen cases of people working on behalf of corporations connected to the government of China actually stealing proprietary seed and other innovation. And the way they do it is often by going out on the farms and taking it. And the greater degree that our farmers, our producers, our ranchers are aware of this, are cognizant of what the risk is, and are willing to come to law enforcement to report it, the greater degree we can protect the entire industry.
We need to be prepared. If we can be prepared, you know, without the knowledge and understanding comes fear. And we don't need to be fearful. We need to be preparing ourselves and taking on the knowledge of how we handle this and get through any situation that might face our farmers